Laker family, Laker gang, or don't bang. You hear me? The first annual video, Laker gang don't bang over here on the Carter Network. You hear me? And I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all know we talking about, can the Lakers win a chip? Well, let's break down their roster and how they been playing this season, and let's evaluate that. You hear me? And we got to start at the top. We got to start with the MVP candidate, the best player on the team, Luka Dončić. Luka, he averaging elite numbers, let me tell you. 35.2 points a game, 8.8 rebounds, 9.2 assists per game, while playing heavy minutes around 37 per night. That scoring volume alone demands attention, so let's pay attention to it. What's jaw-dropping about it, he's doing that with solid efficiency, roughly 47% from the field and 33.3 from three. Expect that to rise, he been kind of cold. A volume scorer with those splits often end up with efficiency nightmares. Not here, not with Luka. Keep that pushing. And when you look deeper, his true shooting percentage is what? 60 by around 61%. That gonna tell the full story, because true shooting accounts for 2-pointers, threes, and free throws to give a more accurate view of a player's efficiency per scoring attempt. In fact, recent data shows Luka true shooting remains very respectable, proving he's not just scoring often, he's scoring well when he does. You hear me? And here's why Luka is the offensive engine, scorer, and the playmaker. He ain't just a scorer, he's the engine, like I said, with nearly 10 assists a game, averaging 9.2. Round that on up. He's not only putting points on the board, he generating chances for teammates just as much as creating his own buckets. That duality, scorer and facilitator, means defenses can't just sag off or brace for one mode. His presence comes what people call gravity. Defenders collapse, rotate, collapse again. The collapse open up driving lanes, kick out, pick and roll opportunities. The offense is flowing through Luka. He is the system. Every time he touches the ball, the offense becomes pick and roll, drive and kick, pull up, post fade away. Defenses are forced to choose, and more often than not, they end up reacting, not dictating. That's what I love about Luka. He make the defense react. He plays at his own pace. You can't speed him up. No defense really can dictate this Laker team. And that's why it's not just about his 35 points per night. It's what those 35 represent. Spacing, movement, pressure on defense, quality looks for his teammates. He creates value, not just volume, right? Now, logging them heavy minutes, 37 per game, shows that the coaching staff trusts him to carry the load. He came into this season in shape, ready to ball, ready to play. Let him play his minutes. But trust is one thing. Delivering night after night while staying efficient, balanced, and making smart decisions, that takes condition, stamina, and the elite talent and feel of the game, and Luka got that. Many high usage guys crack under the pressure. Efficiency drops, shot selection gets shaky, mental fatigue appears. But now Luka, he's balanced, scoring, playmaking, decision making. That balance, rare and high value, right, is what separates a volume scorer from a true forward general, right? So his stats, like his true shooting, assist rates, and advanced impact metrics, shows that Luka impact goes just deeper, way deeper beyond points and assists, especially when above league average, signals efficient scoring per possession, right? When a ball dominant guard like Luka, true shooting is strong, is mean he picking his spots, valuing efficiency and not just firing away. That is huge. Then there's his assist rate and overall offensive gravity, high usage, high assists, high efficiency. That combo means ball movement getting sharper, the spacing gonna improve, rotations open up, and defenses get punished. The offense become more than just the sum of its parts. In short, Luka isn't just putting up value, he's creating a scalable value for his team every time he touches the ball. Only potential weakness is no player is perfect, right? He got the heavy usage. That gonna mean more possessions, mean more potential for turnovers, forced shots, or bad possessions. On nights teammates slump or defenses clamp up, Luka might end up carrying more load, which can lead to lower efficiency or fatigue. And then you got his lack of defense, but Luka has also improved with his defense. His loss of weight, I see, has improved his agility and his quickness out there on the floor to make plays defensively, getting into the passing lanes. He's averaging 2 steals this year, right? So his defense, it's good for Luka, right? And the high offensive load can sap energy. That's how I know Luka in shape, right? And another thing that could be a weakness is there's roster dependency slightly on this game right now. What I mean by that, if his supporting cast isn't shooting, the spacing gonna shrink. If the three-point shooters or role players aren't hitting, defenses can collapse the paint, double team trap, forcing Luka into tougher shots and more turnovers. And that's the great thing about this Laker team, though. They haven't been hitting a three-pointer, but they still been winning. So imagine when they regress to the means in a positive way and start hitting their threes. Luka get up to his normal percentage. Austin Reaves, Jake LaRavia. This offense is gonna be more even lethal and more unstoppable than it already is. But when you plug Luka into a roster with quality shooters, rim running cut guys, and solid spacing, now you unlock something elite. Think pick and rolls, driving kicks, transition buckets, fluid ball movement. Luka draws attention to other guys' benefit. And in crunch time in the playoff, when defense is tightened, rotations shorten, executions matter more than volume. His ability to create for himself or others become that much more invaluable. He has the ball handling, the vision, the size, the instinct to carry late in game. If his supporting cast hold up, both offensively and defensively, and they buy into structure and spacing, we could absolutely be looking at a deep playoff run for these Los Angeles Lakers. And if he maintained these numbers and level of impact, this could be a legitimate MVP type campaign unfolding for Luka Dončić. So the final takeaway on Luka putting up these monster numbers, he driving the entire offense. His combination of scoring, playmaking, efficiency, and floor impact makes him one of the most dangerous offensive forces in the league right now. And if he, and more importantly, his team stay consistent, if surrounding shooters start shooting and stay ready, and spacing and structure hold, his upside this season isn't just all-star level. We could be watching a legit MVP campaign, maybe even a finals push, right? So this isn't just scoring, this is orchestration, this is dominance, this is Luka at full throttle, right? Now meet the secondary star to all this, AR-15. Now when Luka draws heavy coverage, or when defenses collapse, or Luka need a break from running the offense, someone has to step up. Reaves has been that someone, right? He averages close to 28 per night, dishes out 7 assists, and stabilizes the offense. Even when the pressure mounts, his ability to create half-court sets, exploits mismatches, and read defensive rotations make him one of the most underrated threats in the league. With a modern usage rate, you know what I'm saying, a little bit lower than Luka, Reaves doesn't have to carry the offense. Instead, he run his pick and roll, he reads, he reacts, he pick his spots. He's nearly 50% inside the arc on field goals, showing his ability to finish in traffic or draw contact and get to that free throw line, which he's one of the tops in the league. He's efficient, balanced, and reliable. His assist percentage hovers around 27%, meaning nearly a third of his teammates made field goals come from Austin Reaves passing. His true shooting percentage is around like 60%. Demonstrates how efficient he is at. No, I think his true shooting is more. I think Austin Reaves' true shooting then bumped up to 65%. I'm about to double check that. He's efficient at converting mid-range jumpers, threes, and trips to the line into points. While he doesn't always demand the spotlight, his ability to maintain offensive rhythm while others are double down makes him indispensable, right? When defenses double or trap the star, you need someone calm, confident, who doesn't force plays. That's Reaves. He doesn't hunt for the hero ball. He let the game come to him when he on the floor with Luka and LeBron. And when they out, he get aggressive. When a crowd whirls, when a defense breathing heavy, he stays even keeled, picks apart rotations, he delivers. He reads weak side defenders, anticipates rotation, and knows exactly when to drive, when to kick, when to use that mid-range jumper. That's that kind of IQ that separates solid role players from game changers, right? And Reaves is definitely a game changer. In transition or semi-transition, Reaves is deadly. When defenders scramble back, he can attack closeouts, fine cutters, or pull up clean for mid-range or three. Now his It's been off this year at 31%, but I expect that to rise. He doesn't need to dominate the ball, but he made critical plays when it mattered. His ability to create secondary offense off rotations, absorb contact and finish, or quickly swing the ball to open shooters, keep defenses honest in open space for the star. Even in high pressure moments, his turnover rate remains impressively low, under 12%, making him a stabilizing force when a chaos hit, right? Reaves doesn't grab as many headlines as the engine like Luka, but he's the backbone when things slow down. Balanced scoring, playmaking, floor management, clutch finishing, and high basketball IQ. That's depth, that's value. That's the difference between good teams and elite ones. Without a player like him reading defense, making the right pass at the right time, and keeping the offense fluid, the team efficiency will drop and pressure on the star will skyrocket. Reaves may not always show up in the highlight reels, but every elite system relies on a player like him to sustain rhythm, spacing, and calm under fire. That's why he's not just a secondary star, he's an essential pillar to championship level basketball. You hear me? Now, we got to talk about the robot, right? We got to talk about the T1000, LeBron James. Every championship caliber squad needs a conductor, someone who shapes possession, control pace, orchestrates execution. That's LeBron. Now, these numbers, he averaging 17.7 points, 5 boards, 8.7 assists. Obviously, he not the lead scorer, but he been managing flow, and he didn't, how could I say this? He didn't added his talent to the scene seamlessly flawless, right? He seemed like he didn't fit right in. You could tell that they need more practice together. This still like they training camp together. But LeBron James gonna add what the Lakers need: another ball handler, athletic guy, a defender, and another high Q guy, right? He's very efficient, he got control, and he gonna distribute the ball kind of like a Super Saiyan Draymond role, but with point guard ability, right? He's shooting 52.5% from the field. That field goal percentage says what LeBron isn't doing. He not forcing shots, he picking his spots, making high percentage reads, trusting the system, trusting his teammates. It says he making the right play, not just a high risk play, you hear me? And that 8.7 assist number, more than many pure point guards, it means he just seeing one pass ahead. He's not just looking to create for himself. He's crafting opportunities, entering teammates into rhythm, making the offense hum, right? LeBron read the defense, and he could read it in a half a second. He know when everyone is before he even dribble. That's core vision honed in over 20 seasons, not just instinct, but decades of pattern recognition. He know when to push the pace, maybe after a rebound, maybe after a whistle, to catch the other side off balance. When the opponent is big or asleep, or their wings is late rotating, he knows when to slow it down, preserve the half-court set, conserve energy for a fourth-quarter decision. He gonna reduce risk. And on cold shooting the nights when the three ball isn't surviving, he survives by finding the rim. He draws attention. He passes. He uses gravity, exploit mismatches. He doesn't panic. He manages, right? Defensively, yeah, he may no longer be able to chase down every lightning fast wing and open transition. Speed and athleticism fade with time, you hear me? But what he loses in bursts, he makes up with brain and IQ, court vision on defense too. He anticipate help side rotations. He read passing lanes. He senses the moment when a wing tries to skip a pass. He's not playing hero, he's playing anchor. He covers body out of help. He forces contested shots. He gets back, and then he doesn't bite, he sinks, right? In clutch moments when execution matters most, that's when his experience, the muscle memory, becomes his greatest weapon. He gonna be calm under chaos, gonna have structure under pressure. You know what I'm saying? So he might not be the flashiest scorer anymore. He may not be the headline every night, but as a conductor, LeBron stabilizes this offense and defense. He maintains a rhythm, guides the younger guys, and keep the chemistry intact, right? He's the thermostat, the difference between chaos and control. He could be the glue, the silent leader, improving every possession by simply being on his floor with his IQ, right? Then you got the big man, DeAndre Ayton, averaging 15.5 points a game, 8 rebounds, shooting 69-70% from the field on 29 minutes per game. Inside the paint, you need a man who don't overcomplicate situations. Someone who just finishes. Pick and rolls, picking pops, lobs, post up, rebound, decent rim protection. That's the role filled by that big guy. They call him Big Five. His presence, right? His value isn't as fancy as the other players, and he ain't got the dribble moves and three-point shooting. He a big man, a traditional. It's his ability and efficiency. Being that live threat for Luka, being that release valve for Luka and AR and LeBron, and finishing plays. When shooters or guards miss, he can clean up, get the boards. He punishes defenses that sag. He demands help one-on-one, and when help come, he punish him. I done seen a couple times the right matchup, they was in a double team at DeAndre Ayton, especially how much he been cooking, but that ain't the double teams I'm talking about. The double teams off the pick and roll, sometimes they trap, he make a decision, or they sag off and he pick and pop. DeAndre Ayton is great chemistry for this team, and kind of like the perfect big man. A perfect big man would be a three-point shooter, but he makes up for that what he do in the inside, and you can't hate on his consistency. Drop this dude in the paint, run a crisp pick and roll, or ISO him when he get deep position in the post. Defense is gonna double the ball handler, the weak side collapses, kick out the shooters, or just lob it up to him, pick and pop. The rim gonna get punished. Just simple. On defense, he doing a good job, especially with help. He anchoring the paint. He altering drives. He deters careless slashers, control the boards to a certain extent. He doesn't need to chase guards out on a perimeter. He doesn't switch onto quick wings. He stays home where he's dominant, protecting the rim and giving second chance security, right? And even dude, when he switch on somebody, I see he been giving them the distance, like, you gonna take this shot, I still ain't gonna give up the rack, right? In a league obsessed with threes and pace, having a paint anchor gives balance. He's the yin to the perimeter yang, the stability under chaos. When jumpers miss, when drives are clogs, he's the insurance. He gonna be the finish line. He gonna be the favorite target for Luka, for AR, and for Bron, right? Then you got that gritty defender dude from Boston, right? Marcus Smart. Been averaging 9.8 points, 2.4 rebounds, 3.2 assists. Now he only been shooting 25.4% from the field, 40% from two, right? So he's shooting 25% from three, 40% from two. But not everything shows up in flashy stats. Sometimes impact is noise, motion, effort, and grit. This Laker team is clearly a better team if you look at the advanced metrics. When you put him on the floor, take Rui out, put him on the floor, the starters, they take off, right? His toughness, hustle, and defense and discipline is what this Laker team need, right? Offensively, he doesn't demand possessions. He moves, he spots up, set screens, cuts. He usually hits catch and shoot threes. He ain't been doing that this year, but expect him to regress to his mean. Expect him to shoot better. He gonna play within the structure. That kind of clarity is underrated, right? When rotations get tight, when bench units need stability, he the anchor, right? When starters rest, when the game gets scrappy, when rotation stressed thin, you need someone who doesn't demand glory. He demands effort. He demands discipline. He demands energy. He demands consistency. That's your glue guy. That's your energy. That's your backbone. That's that chemistry you need for a championship team, right? He might not gonna drop 20 a night, right? And he might not be in the highlight reels, but he make additional possessions matter. He keeps the rotation together. He sets the song. He's the unsung hero that gonna win a lot of tough games. You hear me? Now you got Rui Hachimura. He been the spacer. He been a floor spacer for this team. Dude shooting 48% from three. He averaging 15 points a game, right? Coming off the bench. Rui Hachimura, when defenses start collapsing the paint, hanging on the pick and rolls, clogging driving lanes, you need spacing. Floor spacers, right? Catch and shoot forwards who stretch defense and punish the collapse. That's our sharp shooting forward, right? Rui Hachimura. When he hits, Magic happens, paints open, driving lanes widen, kickouts become easy. The engine and ball handlers can breathe. Weak side shooters get clean looks. Spaces opens up for the offense in ways defense can't predict. And Rui just been consistent all season. And I ain't gonna lie, Rui's been trending this way. If you look at him last season, the more minutes, the more time, and more experience. I can't lie. Rui has been getting better and better at three-point shooting, and I feel like the Lakers should start looking to get him more shots. His attempts is low. He's shooting at 48%. Man, we need to get Rui more attempts, right? You can have the best scorer, the best rim runner, the best playmaker, but if defenders don't respect your shooters, the paint gonna get clogged. Drives get contested, everything gonna slow down. That's why three ball matters more than most, right? He's the glue between that chaos and structure. If he ain't hitting his shots consistently, it could be chaos on offense. We could have a weakness. It gonna make things harder on our stars. The spacing gonna shrink. Everything gonna be clogged, and even the best playmakers gonna struggle in that situation. At sometimes high variance, but when it's click, I'm telling you, it's beautiful basketball. We gotta keep Rui shooting at that high level. Man, let's get Rui some more shots, right? That gonna help that 3-point percentage, and it's gonna open things up, right? Then you got Jake LaRavia. Surprisingly good defensive player, right? 3-and-D rotational piece. He only shooting, I think, around 34% this year from three. He career 36. So I expect his percentage probably go up to like 37, 38 with the open looks that Jake LaRavia has been getting and what he gonna get with this team. He averaging 10 points, 9.9. We gonna give him 10 points, about like 2.5 assists, right? Championship team don't just rise stars. They survive rough patches, right? They dominate second unit. That's where rotation wings like Jake LaRavia comes in. He's not flashy, he's not dramatic, but he's steady, he's flexible, and he's hungry. When starters rest, the rotation get changed up. When defense is trapping double, he slides in, spots up threes, defensive versatility because it's fan 2, 3, and some 4. He got hustle, he got energy, he doesn't demand touches, he earns value with commitment. You feel me? That's depth, right? You need insurance, someone to hold the ground while the stars catch their breath or provide space for them. You gonna keep space, keep the defense, and keep that pressure on them. That's your bench wing. That's what depth look like. Another 3-and-D player that the Lakers acquired this offseason, and so far been a good pickup. You know what I'm saying? He might not start, but over a long season, especially in the playoff, consistency, effort, defensive energy, hitting his open threes, they matter, right? Game after game, minute after minute, he's a quiet foundation behind the spotlight. I like what Jake LaRavia could bring. Just want to see a little bit more consistency offensively, right? Now, when you look at all these fits for the Lakers, this isn't about one guy doing everything. It's about roles. It's about balance. Not every night is about Luka 35-9. Some nights it's spacing. Other nights is going to be interior finishing. Every night is going to be about defense and hustle, right? Pace and rhythm. The beauty is the balance in it. When the engine draws like AR and Luka and LeBron kick out to the spacers, paints get clogged, find the finisher, right? The shooters got to shoot. The shooting dry. If the shooting is dry, it's going to be a little harder, but that's what's scary about this team, that the shooting ain't been up to par. And they still been having an answer, right? They still been able to put up what they putting up. I think they offensive rating is like 15 and they ain't great. But to be that high with poor 3-point shooting shows the potential of this offense. We ain't even seen the potential of what this offense could be, right? And then another thing I want to point out to y'all, when it matters, the Lakers play D. The Lakers got the best fourth quarter D. They got the best clutch defense, right? And they play great defense in the second half. If you just took the Lakers' second half defensive stats, they'll be top 5 in the league. So it seems like the Lakers play defense when they want to. And they ain't the most athletic team in the world, so they probably can't play like this for 4 quarters. But when it matters most, Luka and Austin, the Lakers could tighten the screws when it matters most and be a top 5 defense. They the number 1 defense in the clutch. So it's something there. It's some type of ability there. So the key for the Lakers to be able to win the championship, continue with the clutch defense, and come out the first half on defense like they come out in the second half. Against teams like OKC and Denver, they got put together 4 quarters of defense to win. That's one. Second, Austin Reaves, Luka Dončić, they can't struggle against athleticism and pressure like they have in certain spots and certain flashes like they did in that OKC game. They're going to have to play as a unit, play together, and probably lean on LeBron a little bit more in the playoffs when you get an athletic team like OKC, right? And then the role players, the shooters, Rui going to have to keep shooting how he's shooting. I mean, he ain't going to end with 48%, but if he stay in the mid-40s to low 40s, Lakers going to need that. They need Jake LaRavia to be 37, 38%. And, of course, Luka and AR, 3-point, I ain't worried about that. That going to go up. And DeAndre Ayton continue doing what he doing. And Marcus Smart being the pest. Marcus Smart continue bringing his value. DeAndre Ayton continue giving you his 15 and 10 and 20 and 10 through half the games. I think he got like 6 20 and 10 games through 15 games he played. The Lakers could do some noise. The key is them being able to be that top 5 defense for 4 quarters instead of just a second half, right? And then their shooting going up. So if the Lakers could get in that top 10, I say top 12 in 3-point shooting, right? They can stay healthy, of course. Aiden keep giving them what they giving them. They got a chance. They're going to have a chance to outscore anybody. So it really is going to come down to how good they defense can be. If the Lakers could be a top 5 defense like they shown in the second half of games, or even a top 10, they got a chance to beat anybody. Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think about this breakdown Laker gang, and I'll be back with another video. This is the first annual one, and we about to be going up. If you stayed this long, you might as well hit that subscribe. Bring me some traffic and hit that like and that hype to help me in the algorithm. Until then, man, it's Laker gang or don't bang.